Welcome to the Deep Dive. We cut through the noise to focus on what really matters. Today, we're diving into something that, well, it often runs parallel to a health crisis, but silently. The financial journey. It's not just about the numbers, is it? It's that huge emotional weight, suddenly becoming a financial steward, dealing with forms, tough choices, all when you're already completely stretched. It happens right there at the kitchen table, often feeling really isolating.
Oh, absolutely. And overwhelming barely covers it, I think.
Yeah.
So many caregivers say the sheer mental effort of managing someone else's money learning terms, tracking dates while, dealing with the diagnosis itself, sometimes that feels even more daunting than the actual medical stuff.
Right.
So this deep dive, it's really for you, our listener, if you're looking for a clear system, a way through it. Our goal today is to give you a roadmap, bring some order to that chaos you might be feeling, cut down the stress, and critically protect those essential resources. From honest mistakes, sure, but also from, well, scams.
Exactly. We want to unpack actionable steps, real strategies from the sources we've looked at,
Yeah.
give you a shortcut to getting informed about managing cancer finances, and, protecting against those predatory tactics. It's about finding some control when everything else feels so uncertain. Okay then, let's unpack this. So when someone's just thrown into this kind of crisis, where do they even begin with the money side of things? What's that very first, foundational step to get some sanity back?
It really starts with visibility and organization. Think of it like setting up your financial command center. You just can't manage what you can't see, right? And in a crisis, clarity is probably your biggest asset. It's not just about being neat. It's about quieting that background noise, that stress, and being ready for, well, anything. Because unexpected things will definitely pop up.
Okay, a command center, I like that. So how do we start building? I'm guessing it starts with finding all the bits and pieces.
Exactly right. Step one, gather the documents. This means methodically collecting everything important. Bank statements, credit card statements, your insurance policies, health, life, home, Social Security stuff, pension statements, recent tax returns, even the contact info for any financial advisors or accountants they might have. The key is having it all in one specific, easy-to-find spot. If things are scattered everywhere, you're already playing catch-up.
Okay, so we've gathered all that paperwork, or maybe digital files, got a pile, but it's still just raw data, isn't it? How do we make that actually useful, especially if, someone else might need to step in?
That's where the master list is so crucial. It's really the nerve center of your command center. Think of it like a secure Rosetta Stone for their whole financial life. It has to be a single secure document, maybe an encrypted file, or a physical notebook you keep somewhere safe, like a fireproof box. And on it, you list every institution: Chase Bank, Visa, MetLife, whatever. Account numbers, usernames, and yes, passwords. Now, I know writing down passwords feels strange, unsafe even, normally.
Yeah, definitely feels counterintuitive.
It does, but here's why it's different in a crisis. This list is gold for your designated power of attorney. That's the person legally allowed to handle finances if the patient can't. This list empowers them to act fast without adding more stress to their plate. They can focus on care, not password recovery hell. Honestly, it's a huge act of foresight. Without it, your trusted person could face just mountains of red tape trying to pay bills or get needed funds.
That's a really important perspective, seeing it as preemptive care. Makes sense. Okay, and what about the day-to-day, the mail, the bills piling up? How do you stop that from becoming another source of chaos?
Right, for the daily flow, you need a bill-paying station. Doesn't have to be fancy, just a designated spot, a corner of the desk maybe. All mail gets open there and bills immediately go into one place. Even a simple folder marked bills to pay works wonders. It stops vital stuff getting lost in the junk mail shuffle. And the mental relief of knowing where every bill is, that nothing's missed, it's huge. It stops that nagging feeling you're falling behind.
Okay, command center set up, documents gathered, master lists created, we have clarity. But a diagnosis like cancer changes the financial picture entirely, doesn't it? Your normal spending, your old budget, it kind of goes out the window. Which brings us to this idea of a crisis budget.
You absolutely nailed it. A crisis budget isn't about, punishing yourself for deprivation, not at all. It's a conscious, necessary shift in resources, like financial triage, really. You're prioritizing health and well-being above everything else, and that usually means adjusting other spending temporarily to cover the critical stuff. It's about redefining financial security for this specific, challenging time.
So how do we actually build this crisis budget? Where do we start figuring out those new priorities?
Okay, first step, list all income. Every single source: Social Security, pensions, disability checks, maybe caregiver income if that applies, short-term disability, everything coming in monthly. That's your baseline. Next, identify fixed expenses. These are the predictable ones, the non-negotiables: mortgage or rent, utilities, insurance premiums, property taxes, car payments, the bedrock costs you know are coming.
Got it. Then comes the tricky part, the new stuff.
Right, the cancer-related costs. And this is where you need to track every single penny, not just the obvious copays and prescriptions. Think medical supplies, transportation.
Oh yeah, gas, parking, tolls, maybe Ubers.
Exactly, all of it. And special dietary things doctors might recommend. Keep receipts, a dedicated envelope, maybe a simple spreadsheet, whatever works for you. And here's where it gets, well, really interesting. These costs add up incredibly fast, often in ways you just didn't expect. I remember one person realized they were spending over $100 a month just on hospital parking, money they hadn't even thought about budgeting.
Wow. Yeah, that adds up.
So having that clear record is vital for managing cash flow now and maybe for tax deductions later.
Okay, so income listed, fixed costs clear, cancer costs tracked. What's the last piece?
The last piece is to adjust variable spending. This is where you look at the flexible stuff. Groceries, eating out, entertainment, gifts, those areas where you can make changes. It means making conscious choices, sometimes tough ones. What's maybe one area people find toughest here?
I think sometimes it's those small daily comforts, the coffee, the quick takeout meal after a long day at the hospital. But reframing it helps. Seeing that every dollar saved there can go towards a critical copay, or maybe even just a small, needed bit of self-care for the caregiver themselves. This whole structured approach, it just gives you back some sense of control, some clarity when everything feels so up in the air.
It might seem like a lot up front, but laying it all out really does help you make informed decisions, not just react. Reduces that feeling of being swamped.
Okay, so we've got the command center, the crisis budget, the financial picture is clear. Now let's talk about making the actual bill-paying process simpler, more foolproof. Because honestly, who needs extra mental clutter during a health crisis?
Precisely. Streamlining brings huge peace of mind. It actively prevents those costly mistakes, missed payments, late fees, maybe even dings on your credit score. Things you absolutely do not need added stress about right now. It frees up that mental energy, energy better spent on care or just self-preservation.
So let's get practical. Strategy 1 for simplifying.
Automate everything you can. Seriously.
Yeah.
For those predictable bills, mortgage, insurance, maybe utilities, setting up auto pay from a bank account is the single best way to avoid missing them.
Takes it right off the to-do list.
Completely.
Yeah.
What's the biggest win you see with that set it and forget it approach?
Beyond just dodging late fees, I think it's reducing decision fatigue. Every bill arriving is another thing to think about, right? Another mental check. Automating just offloads that repetitive little stressor. Imagine your main bills just handling themselves each month. It's efficiency humming quietly in the background, not a nagging worry.
Well said. Okay, next strategy. If you can swing it, designate one payment method for all medical expenses. Use one specific credit card or maybe one bank account.
Okay, walk me through why that's so helpful. Like, what happens if I use 3 different cards for copays, prescriptions, parking? What's the headache later?
Oh, it's a massive headache. Trying to reconcile charges across 3 different statements, maybe from different banks, different billing cycles, all while figuring out what's a legit medical expense for taxes versus maybe a billing error. It's a nightmare. Use one card, boom. Every medical expense is listed neatly in one place. Tax time, pull one statement, see a weird charge, you know exactly where to look. It makes tracking for taxes so much easier, and disputing errors becomes way simpler. It's about having one clear trail.
Creates a clear path. Got it. And for the bills, you just can't automate. Or maybe if someone prefers a more hands-on method.
Yeah, for those, we recommend something wonderfully old school, but honestly incredibly effective. Use a calendar. A big desk calendar works great. Bill comes in, write the due date and amount right on that day, pay it, cross it off. Big satisfying line through it.
Yeah, very satisfying.
It really is. This simple visual system gives incredible peace of mind, ensures nothing slips through. Low tech, but so powerful.
What's fascinating here really is how these small organizational steps, automating, centralizing, the calendar, they add up. They genuinely reduce your mental load.
Frees up brain space for the important stuff, caring for your loved one, or just getting through the day yourself. Builds a predictable rhythm when everything else feels chaotic.
Okay, now we have to shift gears a bit to something critical but unfortunately necessary. Protecting against scams is just awful, but criminals do target vulnerable people, especially those dealing with health crises.
It's truly sickening, and there's a clear reason why people in this situation are more vulnerable. You're stressed, you're tired, you're bombarded with new information from doctors, hospitals, insurance. That state of, cognitive and emotional overload, it makes you susceptible. So cultivating a healthy skepticism, like a shield of skepticism, is honestly your best defense.
Okay, let's arm our listeners. What are the big red flags, the absolute giveaways that something's not right?
Number 1, a sense of urgency. Scammers need you to act now before you think. They'll pressure you, you'll lose your Medicare, your account will be closed, this offer ends today. Legitimate places just don't operate like that, they give you time. Number 2, unusual payment requests. If anyone demands payment by gift card, wire transfer, or cryptocurrency, hang up. It is 100% a scam, guaranteed.
Right, because you can't trace it, can't get it back.
Exactly. Scammers love that. Real organizations offer standard, traceable ways to pay, always.
And a huge one, maybe the most important, an unsolicited call.
Yes, this is the golden rule. Medicare, the IRS, Social Security, they almost never call you out of the blue asking for info or money. They use mail, official mail. So if you get a call claiming to be from one of them, or even your bank, unsolicited, just hang up, don't engage. Seriously.
Okay, those are the warning signs. What about the specific types of scams we should be watching for, especially in a health context?
Yeah, there are some common ones. First, the fake medical bill. You get a bill, looks totally official, but it's for a service or some equipment you never actually received. Could be a phantom ambulance trip, a breathing machine you never ordered, anything. They bank on you being too overwhelmed to check closely and just paying it.
Ugh, sneaky.
Very. Then there's the phony insurance agent. Someone calls, says they're from your insurance or Medicare, says your file's incomplete. They just need to confirm your Medicare number, Social Security, maybe bank details. Classic identity theft ploy. They want your info.
And you ever give that out on an incoming call?
Never. And then the really cruel one, the miracle cure. You see ads online, maybe get emails for some secret supplement, some amazing treatment that cures cancer with no side effects. These prey directly on hope and desperation. They're financially ruinous, obviously, but also medically dangerous because they can make people delay real effective treatment. It just raises such huge questions about the ethics. Preying on people's deepest fears and hopes like that, it's despicable.
It really is. Absolutely awful. Okay, so facing these horrible tactics, what's the defense plan? How do we activate that shield of skepticism?
It comes down to a few clear actions, really. First, never confirm personal info to someone who called you, ever. If they initiated the call, you don't know who they really are. Second, when in doubt, hang up. Simplest, most effective defense. Just end the call.
Don't worry about being rude.
Exactly. Then find the official number yourself. Go to the hospital's website, the insurance company's site, the agency's official site, not a number the caller gave you. And call them directly to verify whatever they claimed. Third, trust your gut. If a call, an email, anything feels off, too good to be true, pushy, and it probably is, listen to that feeling.
Yeah.
And finally, talk about it. Tell a family member or trusted friend about a suspicious call or email. Just saying it out loud often reveals how absurd the scammer's request actually is. An outside perspective is invaluable.
That's really solid advice. And connecting this to the bigger picture, it highlights how vital critical thinking and just, community support are. Leaning on each other, using our own informed skepticism, that's our best protection against exploitation, especially in tough times. So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's remember this. Managing the finances during something like cancer, it's a profound act of care, truly. It's about creating stability, some predictability, when everything feels so uncertain. It might feel like quiet behind-the-scenes work, but honestly, it's one of the most important jobs there is. It shows incredible resilience.
Absolutely. And if you're going through this, please be patient with yourself. It's incredibly challenging. It's okay not to get everything perfect immediately. Focus on getting organized, building those systems we talked about, and really don't ever be afraid to ask for help from family, friends, maybe patient advocacy groups, hospital financial navigators. They exist for a reason. We genuinely hope this discussion has given you some practical tools, some knowledge to feel a bit more equipped, maybe a bit more in control.
We do. And as you move forward, here's something provocative we want to leave you thinking about. How might taking charge of these very practical, sometimes mundane financial tasks actually become an unexpected source of empowerment, of emotional resilience? What stands out to you about the power of getting proactively organized, not just for the budget, but for your own peace of mind during incredibly tough times?